Should be a newsworthy and noteworthy year for Governor Walker in 2014. As we reported earlier, he is exploring the idea of eliminating the state's income tax, perhaps adding on to the sales tax. He's also expected to be up for re-election in November. Democrats say he's vulnerable. Fox 11's Robert Hornacek has a year-end interview with the governor and brings us balanced coverage tonight from Madison.
Things in Wisconsin may not be perfect, but Governor Scott Walker says the state is headed in the right direction. And while the jobs numbers may not be what he'd hoped for, he says things are a lot better than they'd be than if Democrats were in control.
What do you think your biggest accomplishment was in the last year?
Well, I think for sure what we did in the budget. I mean, we turned a $3.6 billion budget deficit into about a $760 million surplus. We couldn't have done that. We couldn't even have dreamed of doing that just a few short years ago.
When you ran for office the first time for governor, you pledged that 250,000 new jobs. We're obviously not on pace to get that. Is there any chance we can still get it, and does that number really even matter anymore?
Well, we're still focused on 250,000 because that's a year out in 2015. We'd have to accelerate the pace. We can do better going forward. We're going to push for more tax reform, more regulatory reform. I think it's a sharp contrast from when I first ran for governor. The peak at that time in 2009 was 9.2% unemployment. And we're below 6.5% now, and we continue to go in the right direction. But there's much more work we can and will do.
Meanwhile, Assembly Minority Leader Democrat Peter Barca says Walker's policies have not worked and that a change in direction is needed.
We're failing abysmally as a state. I mean, the country as a whole is improving. I mean, we're coming out of the recession slowly as a nation. When Governor Walker took office, we were 11th in the nation in job creation. And it sunk to 37th, now 38th. And that's not success by any measure.
Many political observers believe Walker has his eyes on a possible 2016 presidential run, but Walker is still not saying what his plans are just yet. He says any decision on that is still a ways off. For now, he has to focus on his re-election campaign in 2014. In Madison, Robert Hornacek, Fox 11 News.